Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and I've told you that over the past few months I've been spending an incredible amount of time on the rivers and creeks in my area, as well as all over Pennsylvania, all the way up to Michigan, really looking at how plants grow, where plants grow, how they interact with different materials, and really just finding inspiration in order to translate that back to my aquariums. And as always, my favorite spots to go have always been waterfalls. I love the sort of specialized environment that they create and the critters that are found there. In fact, my 150-gallon hillstream aquarium is directly modeled after these sorts of environments. So I thought today we would take a look at it, some of my inspiration, and really just talk a bit more about how I maintain this aquarium, as well as how you can translate what you see in nature to your aquarium. Now, this is a local stream. It's actually about an hour from my house, and this sort of environment is where I got the inspiration for the background of the 150. Now, I do realize that brown is not a popular choice, but you can really see that the inspiration was quite clear here, and I think it mimics a really natural environment. And that's one of the things that I think is of critical importance when setting up an aquarium, is really taking a look at where fish come from and how things behave in order to have a more natural representation for them, as you'll get a much better behavior. This is inside the 150 during a water change, and the fish are just super active, super happy, always colored up, always ready to eat, and really just thrive in this environment that is based very much on sort of a waterfall style environment. Now, if you're new here, this aquarium is plumbed with an FX5 to a corner matin filter from the short end to short end, so it makes a loop which provides a high current area, which all of these fish appreciate. Now, some of these are US natives, like a lot of the shiners you see here, but there are also a ton of Southeast Asian gobies, danios, tons and tons of loaches, rhinogobius, all sorts of really cool fish in this aquarium. And it's really easy to maintain because I chose a very large volume. Again, this is a 150-gallon aquarium that is pretty lightly stocked, and I do about weekly 50% water changes. I start my maintenance routine by scraping the inside glass. Now, I only do the front glass because a lot of the fish in this aquarium come from those areas that have a lot of algae growing on rocks, which is called offlux. And offlux is that algae as well as the microcrustaceans that get captured on it. So I try and leave all of the other walls with any natural growth that occurs, as well as all of the wood and rock structures within this aquarium. That being said, I like to see my fish, so I make sure I do a good, thorough job of cleaning that front glass so that I can get footage for you guys, pictures for me, and really just spend a lot of time watching these fish. I always make sure as well to wipe down the glass after I'm done, both inside and out, in order to maintain the integrity of the glass. This aquarium is prone to spraying water out of the top of it because I don't have lids. And that can actually be problematic when I travel. In fact, recently my children thought that the plumbing in the house had sprung a leak because the aquarium had gotten low and the spray bar was spraying out of the aquarium. Luckily, that's a super easy fix. And about once a month I go into this aquarium as well, and I sort of remove any dead or dying leaves, and the biggest thing is really wrangling all the mosses in this. There is an incredible quantity of moss in this aquarium despite me not deliberately adding any. That being said, I think I want to do some more cultured moss techniques for you guys in the future, sort of like moss graffiti, where you chop it up and apply it to surfaces and let it really coat. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments down below. After I'm done pruning all of my plants, I'll then start a water change. Now, I use this DIY water changer that I made. I start a siphon and just let it drain across the room to my drain ports that go to a pump that then pump it out to the sewer system. I generally refill the aquarium at the same time, and this is because I'm on a well, which means I don't have any chlorine or chloramine in my well water, so I don't need to utilize a water conditioner to treat my aquarium, and this way I can leave the filter running while I'm doing the water change. So I do that for about half an hour. Here you can see what happens when the water level drops, and what I mean, it gets a little bit dramatic at times, but again, I could easily fix that by putting lids on. Once the tank is refilled, I generally feed and just take a good long watch at my fish. All in all, this aquarium is super easy, super satisfying, and it took me 5 years to stock it. Whether or not I'm completely finished, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's a really great example of using a larger sized aquarium for smaller fish in order to really give them the opportunity to have large schools and interact with each other and their environment in a really meaningful way. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If so, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe with that notification bell on, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I hope everyone is staying safe and staying healthy, and I look forward to sharing more of my adventures both outside and in the fish room with you guys.